Hello and welcome to the Thrivable World Quest. In these 3 mini films, Belina Raffi and I will share some background about the quest, about thrivability, and about Heroic Cause, today's island on our learning adventure. We've also asked some amazing thrivability pioneers here in Montreal to share their thoughts. So enjoy and welcome aboard.
Thrivability is this movement towards creating business that gives and really supports life, that gives more than it takes. To me, that's what thrivability is. It's creating the conditions inside an organization that really support life, and what that means is that people are excited to be there. The products are flying off the shelves because they're amazing. The engagement is great from the perspective of the staff. Of course, the customers are thrilled. Everyone's just excited to be, involved in this organization. Thrivability, in my opinion, is important because the workplace, we spend so much energy in work and so much energy around work that these places need to be, supporting the world we want to build, as opposed to just being, a place we go in between when we're building a better world. So I think that business in particular has such a huge role to play because of the vast amount of time we spend working and the vast amount of energy we have attached to what is my work in this world. So if we can make the businesses a place where we thrive and learn about ourselves, then we're going a long way to creating a better world.
Thrivability is foremost for me I know this sounds cliche right now, but really a quest of wanting things to be better and wanting things to endure with time, joyfully and meaningfully, especially. So knowing that what you're doing is meaningful and will contribute to life, something being alive and not easy. Thrivability is not paradise. It sometimes is hell, actually, because it's not easy. It's sometimes it's battles, it's hard questions. It's a lot of hard work because it's a new way of thinking about things, a new way of doing things, but it's worthwhile. It's kind of the only thing you could actually do if you're honest about what needs to be done. What does it look like in organizing? It looks like people working together, bringing their best about their talents and contributing to something meaningful. So a project, plan, meeting some really important objective that we...
Thrivability, I think, is a philosophy of work that is centered on trying to do actions that are generative. So in contrast, I guess the easiest way is to define it in contrast to sustainability, which something is sustainable if you can keep doing it forever. Thrivability aims to be more than that, aims to create something that... I always think of spirals. When I think of sustainability, I think of circles, something that can go around in circles and repeat itself. When I think of thrivability, I think in terms of spirals. Something that can spiral out and generate something that is constantly improving, constantly becoming more beautiful or cleaner or more fun.
So it's really about, for me, Thrivable organization is also very related to learning organization and to responsive organization. So for me, I see it as an organization. They're always kind of feeling what their employee needs are, their customer needs are, and are ready and happy to evaluate and change and keep adapting to people's needs. So for me, it's that.
And when we met, when we started exploring working together, I had been researching, writing, working with organizations with this new perspective, relatively new perspective of organizations as living systems. And in Montreal, we had been hosting conversations, public conversations on a monthly basis for the past 3 years to explore thrivability, organizations as living systems, and had the sense that it was time to take it to the next level, to go deeper and be more intentional about the harvest and the insights that we were gathering, and also to take it to a global level. And then Belina had just some fabulous inspiration about making it a quest and an adventure and an armada, piratey kind of a feeling behind it.
And we thought, what's more fun than a treasure hunt? Mm-hmm. And how can we use the power and the joyful subversiveness of pirates without sort of kicking off all of the rape and pillage stuff that we don't want? How can we keep all of the beautiful subversive, let's change the system, let's be anti-establishment in a way that's really positive images, the image that we would love to embrace in terms of crews and our pirate ships, is that there's great camaraderie, there's joyfulness, there's singing, we get stuff done, we share the booty, we share the treasure that we're finding on each of the islands, and we can be playful, and we know we have each other's backs, that there's something about we're on this team together. And actually there's a bunch of pirate ships, so each ship, there's multiple cities, each one has its own ship as a metaphor, and we're off to these different islands. And what I'm excited about is because there's a different crew on each of these ships, and just if you think of the 3D physicality of the ship, we're actually going to be landing on each island, but in a slightly different place, just based on the crew and the trajectory of the ship. So that means that our exploration of the island will have overlapping bits, and we'll have bits that, hey, I found this weird bird and nobody else did because of where they go. And we're really excited to see those aspects of the exploration.
My name is David, and what's exciting to me about the Thrivable World Quest is that we are moving beyond where we are now, that we have been stuck in sustainability, and Thrivability moves beyond that, and that this is not a new phenomenon, that this is not a new concept. People are ready for this sort of conversation, and the energy and the new perspectives and the new way of approaching the topic is really exciting, and the new ideas that come out are very inspirational and get people talking in a very positive frame of mind.
I think that the Thrivable World Quest will light up different communities around the world that are thinking about the same things. We'll start to seed some of the ideas, cross-pollinize a little bit, and also perhaps bring to the forefront some of the best ideas so that we can put them into play.
And I like the fact that for 10 months, there's going to be time to reflect, time also to, in between, think about what we just learned, how it can be applied to our work. So I like the 10.
One of the most significant things I could think of is the possibility to gain more clarity between the concept and the concrete reality of it. So how is it to be lived? How is it to change the way that we behave? How should we change differently, behave differently in order to serve thrivability, to serve?
Well, tangibly, it's insights, it's stories, examples, it's a connected global tribe. It's a manifesto in the end, that these insights will be gathered together into a concise document that outlines this is what it takes and this is why it's worth it, and then more extensively a collectively authored book. So each of these 10 themes will be described in more detail based on what comes out of the quest.
But part of it's also the experience. Mm-hmm. Like it's really important for us that the quest feels alive. That yes, absolutely, all these insights, and it's totally nourishing and exciting, and the experience itself feels alive. It feels thrivable. Mm-hmm. wisdom of business as usual keeps things safe, keeps things conservative, keeps this machine story alive, all of that stuff. Heroic Cause is inviting us to go beyond that, to say, let's put life first, let's put delight first, let's do this stuff right, let's align.
So for me, it's about both that that goal, that cause, why do we exist, and how we do things is in alignment with how living systems thrive. So there's an intention to align our operations, our activities, our interactions with what it takes for life to thrive.
And Heroic Cause is the first island of the 10. And what's exciting is all of these islands are connected under the sea. So they all feed each other, they all interact and dance together. And as the more you go through the different islands, the more you'll see, okay, so this one really adds to that one, and this is how I can pull these ideas through, so it helps.
It's the thing that, when there's a snowstorm in Montreal and everyone has a great excuse to be at home, an organization that has a heroic cause, you'll find everyone shows up for work. So it gives that little extra oomph. It's to me, it's the real belief that what we are doing here is actively helping us create a world we want to live in. So that all the activities in this company aren't just interesting or good, but actually what we're doing is vital to the well-being and the ongoing creation of a world that makes much more sense than what we see. And so that in the two organizations that we work on here in Montreal, it shows up in different ways, but it really shows up as for me, it's the staff who come forth and have extra things to say. They have extra stuff to give. It's the clients that make a special point of mentioning how much we've helped them in ways that we would never have even imagined. So that, yes, we create food and that helps with their diet, but that it was a Kickstarter to huge other changes in their lives. So this comes from organizations that really show this heroic cause, that shows up in the fabric of their culture and shows up in the passion that their people bring to what they're doing.
What needs to emerge? This was really, really important, this possibility. The heroic cause came when we actually listened to what was at the center, as if the organization was being born, and what does this organization want to tell us? What does it want to become? So, other thing, really important, heroic cause needs to be held by many people. It can't be the cause of one, where people rally.
A thrivable organization needs to do stuff that matters, and doing stuff that matters requires courage. It requires people stepping outside their comfort zone and stepping up and doing stuff that they might normally shy away from. So when you have a deeply meaningful mission in your organization and you feel like you're personally connected to that mission, whenever you come at the point where you feel like, wow, this is going to be hard, then there's another little voice inside you that says, but it's going to be worth it.
I think you nailed it.
Go Thrivability.
Well done. Good.